Hey guys and girls, what is going on? It is Zazzri today, and I'm bringing you a bit of a different video. Basically, I'm going to talk about my thoughts on England, how I thought they did, what I thought they should have done to improve. And I'm recording this on Sunday, so they haven't played Costa Rica yet. I just want to put that out there. This will be uploaded on Thursday, so they will have played England or they will have played Costa Rica already. But yeah, basically this is just going to be a simulated game between England and Uruguay. Obviously it's got the updated squad, so it's just got the exact same teams. So I'm going to go through the team, sort of defence and goalkeeper up to striker and stuff. And so first off, I just want to say I'm absolutely gutted. I was so excited, like every single World Cup game, I was like, oh, England have played, oh my god. Like at work, where I work, people would come in and be like excited, and everyone I knew would be like, oh my god, England are playing, at school or whatever, it'd be like, oh, England are playing tonight, whatever. And now it's just like, it's like a balloon that's just burst. Everyone's just like, oh, yeah, great, like, how fantastic the World Cup. We did awful again, as, what did we expect? And it's just such a letdown, such a disappointment. And I think that this is just overall, I think the thing is that in previous years, like, we've had a strong midfield, pretty strong defence, decent goalkeeper, and the thing that's always let us down is a lack of youth, a lack of pace, and a lack of having a world-class striker. And I'm talking more recent years. I'm not talking 10 years ago. I'm talking the past Euro, stuff like that. This year we've had youth, we've had pace, and we've had some options up front. Alright, so starting off goalkeeper wise, I think that's why I've been so disappointed. We weren't expecting the World Cup, but we were expecting to get out of the groups and not be knocked out after two shockingly bad games. Anyway, so, sorry, I just hit my mic. Goalkeeper, Joe Hart. Now, I think he played well. I think he was a little careless, and I think he was a bit cocky with how he played sometimes. I think that I like Joe Hart, and I think he's a good goalkeeper and stuff, but I just think he was a bit... his positioning was sometimes bad because of... I think it might have been just because of how he thought the opposition were or whatever. But overall, I wouldn't criticise him too much. Right back, Glenn Johnson, possibly the worst right back, well, possibly the worst player to put on an England shirt. I'm not joking, I think Heskey is better than Glenn Johnson. There's not a person I know that has defended Glenn Johnson. Absolutely shocking. Out of position all the time, lazy. Half the time you'd get Gary Cahill or Jagielka running to the right hand side to have to come across and then leave gaps because he was out of position. He'd go forward, do nothing. He did one good thing, get an assist, fair enough, but that does not outweigh all the times where he cost us goals, lost us the ball, blew chances all the time. It was disgraceful. He should never have been allowed to put on an England shirt. He's a joke of a player. I really just... It's a disgrace that that's our English right back. Honestly, like, he just didn't seem to care. I don't even know what he's good at. What would you say he's good at? He's not good defensively. He's not good at crossing. He's not that quick. There is a lot faster. Look at Dani Alves. That's a quick right back. Strength. He seems to have big muscles and get pushed off the ball all the time because his balance and stuff is bad. Honestly, it just infuriates me. I hate him. He's such an awful right back. Unless I hate him on a personal level, I just hate him to do with football. I think it's ridiculous. Centre backs, Cahill. I think he played really well. He made a few little mistakes. I think he would have been a million times better with Terry because Terry organises the defence. But yeah, he didn't do too bad. But he wasn't outstanding. He just wasn't too bad. Moving on to Jagielka. I have mixed feelings. Like some games, I don't know, periods of play he played amazingly. Sometimes I'm just like, what were you doing there? So a bit mixed. I wasn't too happy with it. The fact that he's our other centre back is just not good. We've had class centre backs like Ferdinand, Terry, etc. for years, Campbell and stuff. But and then to go to Phil Jagielka, really, he's not that bad, but he's not outstanding, is he? And the fact that Phil Jones didn't play as right back, I just don't get that. Anyway, left back Baines. I was shocked by Baines. I really do rate Baines. He's a great left back in the Premier League. He was not disgraceful. He was awful. He was awful. Normally going forward, he's amazing, and defensively, he's not amazing, but he's not bad. He was awful at both. He didn't seem to do anything going forward. He was too small, slow, and did nothing going back. I just didn't know what was up. I was like, what's going on with Baines? Like, I really rate him. He normally plays pretty well for England, but what's happening? I think we would have preferred Cole, really good left back that's really good defensively, and I just don't know what's going on with Baines. It was weird. I don't know what to say. I wasn't that impressed. Gerrard, atrocious. If he wasn't captain, he would not have been in the team. He was past it. Lost us our World Cup hopes, pretty much. Lost Liverpool their title. I'm not bothered, that's true. If he wasn't captain, he wouldn't be in the team. If Roy wasn't manager, he wouldn't be captain. He's not captain material. Gerrard was just awful. Henderson, I thought he played well against Italy and fairly well against Uruguay. Me and Cutsy were talking, having a bit of debate about the marking Pirlo thing. Not just his job, in my opinion. He said it was, whatever. It's difference of opinion. You can say either way. I don't criticise him too much for that. I criticise more the whole team for not doing it. Yeah, I thought he played pretty well. He wasn't shockingly bad. I would have liked to see him come off at certain times and bring on Wilshere. I don't know why he didn't get a big run out. Even just a half. Get Gerrard off. Get him on. He's stupid. But okay, we'll go left mid Danny Welbeck just because that's how they did it in the Uruguay game. Really well against Italy. I was really impressed with him. He stripped the ball well and played really well. I was shocked. I was like, oh, Danny Welbeck. Saw him play. I was like, fair enough. I'll man's up. He played really well. Uruguay, not so much. He just didn't have much of an impact. I was a bit disappointed with that. I thought, I was really impressed with Italy. But yeah, moving on, we've got Rooney, atrocious. Italy game, people say he's played on the left, right? I agree, yeah, that's not his preferred position. But seriously, it's an international game. It's not a club where they build a team around you. They've been given a certain amount of players, and yeah, I don't know why he played him on the left. Play Welbeck on the left, play Rooney in the middle, play Stone on the right. That's pretty much their preferred positions. Stupid by Roy, definitely get him sacked. Anyway, I just get so annoyed about England. Anyway, Rooney, he was just awful. He just seemed slow, off the pace, missed clear-cut chances, like not just one or two. And if he's a world-class talent, like everyone claims he is, you wouldn't be fluffing and missing those world-class chances like he does. Honestly, he gets far too much slack. Loads of people criticising him, and it seemed to be only Man United fans that would defend him because, it's a Man United player. They're not going to be like, oh yeah, he played bad. I really was not impressed. Again, Rooney's bottled it. On the international stage, I honestly think it feels like he doesn't care. To not play well on so many international stages, it's not just one or two tournaments. Every single time it's been bad. I don't know what to say about Rooney. I was so disappointed with him again. I thought he's had a great season, he'll do well, and he was just awful again. Typical Rooney, isn't it? Sterling, really good against Italy. Uruguay, again, I think the whole team is a bit off the pace attackingly. So I don't know. I mean, I was happy with how I performed. I wasn't, overly critical. Up front, Sturridge underperformed a little bit. I thought he'd do a bit more. Played well in the Italy game, though. I would have to say that. Barkley, I wanted him to get more game time just off the first two games. Obviously, we haven't played Costa Rica yet as I'm recording this. Alright, so Roy, I think the tactics were just completely wrong. Why, at 1-0 down, did he swap a attacking player for an attacking player rather than bring off Gerrard, who played awful? Why do that? Why leave two holding midfielders on? What's the point? Really stupid by him. Didn't mark Suarez closely enough, did not mark Pirlo closely enough. I'm sorry, but if you're England manager, you drill that into your players non-stop. Those are the two key players in both games, and what happened? Okay, it's not just like a defender, say Jagielka is supposed to mark Suarez. No, that's not how it works. Because if Suarez moves to the right hand side, right, someone else has got to mark him. All he needs to say is, wherever Suarez is, he's marked at all times. That just did not happen. Pirlo gave him way too much space. Which thing I bring down to him, he didn't play the youth. Yeah, he took Oxlade-Chamberlain. Yeah, he took Barkley. Yeah, he took Wilshere. Yeah, he took Shaw. Did nothing with them. A few minutes at the end of the games is not, really influencing the game, is it? Really should have brought them on. Let them start. I mean, Barkley, I feel that he likes Liverpool too much, and I think that's part of it. That's the reason why. Lallana, why is he not playing? Half a game? I don't understand that at all. Why is Ricky Lambert not getting a game? You know, Sturridge wasn't that good against Uruguay. Get him off. Get Ricky Lambert on. Take Henderson off. Put Ricky Lambert on. We're losing the game. Like, what's he thinking? Why? It was like he was too scared. Like, I'd rather lose 2-0 and have two strikers, everyone go mental, than lose. I know we didn't lose 1-0, but if we had lost 1-0, it seemed like Roy was happy to lose 1-0 than lose 2-0, absolutely smashing it. Again, stupid tactics. I feel that we almost should have had Ricky Lambert playing. He gives everything every time he plays. Terry should have been in the team. I'm sorry, Gerrard's not an organiser for England. He just doesn't do it. And I think we need a strong leader that has had an amazing season, has got an amazing partnership with Cahill. The FA kicked him out, and it's cost them. So well done to them for that. They seem to have an obsession with all Liverpool, and yeah, it's not worked for you. You know, Henderson, Gerrard, Johnson, Sturridge, Sterling. You've got all those players in the team, but at the end of the day, we're going after 2 games. It's disgraceful. I don't know what needs to change, because I went into this tournament fairly positive. I wasn't expecting the world, but I was not expecting 2 games and we're out at all. It's typical England really, but it's just shockingly bad. The Uruguay game, I just was like, what is happening? The Italy game played really, really well. It just didn't work out, so I was happy with that. I was like, fair enough, if you've got 2 games, we'll still get through, and then we're just out, and it's just like, wow. But yeah, I think that I don't even know what to do with England, to be honest. The fact that Roy is still going to be the manager in 2 years, it's stupid. He's gone after 2 games. He's an awful manager. Like, why is he England manager? He's a boring manager. Like, you look at Jose and you think if Jose was losing, he'd pick him up. Sir Alex Ferguson would pick him up. Van Gaal would pick them up. Roy, it's like, can you imagine his team talks? Just, yes, and we need to do. It's like, he's not the right person to lead the England national team. To be fair to him, I was going in like, well, let's give him a chance. The Euros, whatever, you can write off. He didn't have enough time. But I was like, I'm not fussed either way. But just seeing how he performed, I was like, right, that's it. Why was I giving him a fair chance? Dreadful. I don't know why he's going to be the manager going into the Euros at all. I think we need a complete overhaul. Get rid of Gerrard, get rid of Johnson, Jagielka. By the time it's the next Euros, I'm talking about. Get rid of Jagielka, get rid of Baines. Who else we got? Get rid of Rooney. This is in 2 years' time, by the way. Think about that. And then pick up the team from there. Get rid of all those old players. We don't need them anymore. What experience for what? Experience of losing, getting knocked out of tournaments. Well done, England. So the team that I'd start to build around is Hart. Luke Shaw, Jones as a centre-back, Cahill, because I think by then he'll be 30, 31. That for me would be his last tournament. At that age, I think that's when you've got to get rid of him, because he's not underperformed for England yet. And I think, I'm not sure who I'd put right back. Honestly, that's an area where we don't have that many great players. If the likes of Gibbs or someone started to play right back for Arsenal, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that would happen. If that happened, I'd be like, right, put them right back. Midfield, there's a million things you could do. You could change the formation and stuff. It depends, what players come through, what players don't. If we're just keeping it how it is, I'd go with Henderson and Wilshere. Start to build around them, sort of young players. Depends on, how Henderson does. If Henderson doesn't perform anymore, then right, obviously we've got to change it and stuff. I'd start to build around Lallana, Sterling and Barkley, and then Sturridge up top. I think that Sturridge, it depends how Sturridge does that. That can obviously change as well. But yeah, that's the sort of team I'd be sort of looking to build around, rather than being like, okay, it's the last hurrah for it. Rooney is just. It just seems like he's unfit. 85 kilos for a guy that's not that muscular, and he's 5'9". To me, he's not in football in great shape. You look at Ronaldo and you look at Rooney. yeah, he's not in great shape, and at the age that he'll be out of the next tournament, I just think, what's the point? He's underperformed, and he lets the team down, and he's just, I don't see the point anymore. The fact that Lampard not got a game, but Gerrard does, what? Like, Gerrard has completely underperformed, yet Lampard, why not put him in there? Sort of calm the game down, pass, attack well. I think we needed that in the Uruguay game. I think that we were struggling to break through. Half time, swap Gerrard for Lampard. Lampard, a bit more of an attacking central midfielder, and that's what we needed. We needed to sort of force the game onto Uruguay. It didn't happen. I was just so bitterly disappointed. I think that the FA are pretty much a joke at this point. England national team, joke at this point. So many of them just don't seem to care. Disgraceful. If the player that let us down the most, Glenn Johnson, but I think that's expected. Player that let us down the most that I wasn't expecting, Rooney. Thought he'd have a great tournament, and he's just not. Player that's probably done the best for us was probably Sterling in the first game. Second game, a bit quiet, but I mean, no one really dominated the second game. Prediction for the World Cup: Messi top scorer, Argentina win it. Still going to stick with that. Please leave comments there. I want to interact with you guys, talk to you guys, see what you guys think as England fans. What do you think? What do you think we need? What do you think is going to happen? How do you think we'll do against Costa Rica? I know that'll already happen. Forget that. But yeah, just leave a comment what you think. 0-0 draw, I would have been happy with that. What do you think? Who do you think we should build around? What do you think of the tournament? Who underperformed? Who didn't? Yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm absolutely gutted about England going out. Bye, guys.